Oh, hey there, YouTube. Didn't see you there. So I've been meaning for some time to put out content geared towards brand new players to Super Smash Bros. Melee. I think it's a wonderful game, but it can be a little bit intimidating to get into. I get that. And this is the first video, the first piece of content I'm putting out along those lines. I'm working with Justin Carris, who actually coached me at one point in competitive Pokemon for the WolfeyGlick Invitational. And he is a competent Smash Bros. Ultimate player, so he knows some general Smash concepts, but he's completely new to Melee. At the time we recorded this video, the time we did this stream, he'd been playing for literally 3 or 4 days. And yeah, I know this video will be a little bit unstructured. I didn't have too much of a plan going into this session, but I do plan on putting out more structured content for brand new Melee players to get you to a level where you feel at least confident enough, competent enough to just kind of jump in and play with people and have fun. So if you're a brand new, Melee player, if you're someone who wants to get into Super Smash Bros. Melee, but maybe you know Smash Bros. Ultimate, you're coming from Ultimate, and you're not quite sure how to jump into Melee, please do leave some comments about kind of what you would like to see, what you're struggling with, what you're wondering about, so that I can help you get into Melee. Also, just subscribe, it helps me out a lot. Lord knows you never navigate to your YouTube subscriptions tab anyway. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hello.
Oh, I can hear you.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, dude? Long time.
Long time.
Who's Justin Carris? That's a good question. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm a Pokemon player. Now I'm a career man. Now I don't have time for video games.
But I'm teaching you a video game anyway.
Yes. Just because I don't have time doesn't mean I waste it anyway.
That's deep. That's deep. That is fucking deep. But you were also my coach for the WolfeyGlick Invitational for Pokemon, so we have a history of coaching and coaching each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
You made me so proud.
Okay, let's load up a fucking slipping match. I'm just looking, by the way, I'm looking at this palette. You have a Palutena teleport canceling drill that you laid out.
Yeah, that was back when I played Palu.
Who do you play now?
I'm a Zero Suit main.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a cool character too.
Zero Suit. You think she's cool, really?
I mean, compared to fucking Sonic, Rob.
Yeah, that's fair.
The TLDR for me is if you're not really seeing a character represented right now because it's only online Wi-Fi tournaments, then it's probably a cool character. So you already kind of know how to move around a little bit, it looks like. I'm just kind of watching your Fox.
I've been playing for like 4 days, kind of nonstop.
Okay.
So I've just been trying to, I guess movement is the only thing I kind of really can do. Not like that clean, but because I can't like L cancel consistently yet.
Okay.
I'm just trying to use movement to bait out options a lot of the time so I can get like a grab, and then at least the grab conversions are a little bit more consistent. Yeah,
I'm going to try to tackle this from like since you're, mostly interested in Fox, I'll tackle this from mostly a Fox perspective. That sounds about right. And I think that's basically the way you want to look at playing Fox, especially if you're coming from Ultimate. I think the first thing you got to realize that's really beneficial if you're trying to play that way, which is the way you should be playing, is you have the variable dash dance length. So in ult, you kind of have to dash like a certain distance. Like you can't go like this, really. You can't go like, you have to go like once you dash, I believe in Ultimate for longer than 5 frames, you got to finish your whole dash before you can really turn around. So in this game, you can space really tightly. You can kind of turn on a dime.
Yeah, ZSS's is 14 frames, so if I dash, like it's a humongous commitment. You can jump out of it, but
right, you can jump out of it. Right, exactly. And the whole concept of I already see you kind of working wave dashes, and the whole concept there, right? Like the whole concept of what wave dashing is like really good for.
How it practically applies, actually, no.
Okay, I would say that in terms of what we're talking about, the biggest boon that wave dash gives you is like, say you break out into your run, you can wave dash and kind of reset your initial dash. So you're kind of like, you see, if I get to like here and I want to dash dance, really I'm stuck in my skid like that. Like, yeah, I'm sure you've experienced that. So once you get to a certain distance, you can wave dash and kind of keep going.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. I don't have to worry about the turnaround.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really common. Like you'll see good players like when they're playing ground game a lot of the time, like a lot of, if you kind of break out in your run, you kind of wave dash back and kind of reset your, in neutral game, you kind of use it to reset your initial dash. And then you can start dash dancing and kind of set up again. And then the other thing it's kind of good for, obviously, is how it works with the shine. So how much of that stuff do you know?
So I just know that you can jump cancel shine. I don't really know much other than it's frame 1 and you can jump cancel it, right?
Yeah, it's frame 1. It's frame 1, you can jump cancel it. And that's beneficial because you can turn a jump into a wave dash, so you can cancel it with a wave dash. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too hard about this right now. Like, it's not like the biggest How do I say this? You kind of want to at least know it's an option. You don't need to be nailing it 100% of the time execution-wise. It's not that big a deal.
What's the window for jump canceling it?
The window is pretty fucking big. Like, I can be, you know, you can hold it down for a while, and then I can, you know, you can always kind of jump out. And you can easily test. Like, this is, I'll show you what I'll actually show you exactly what I did when I started learning how to implement wave shining in combos. I'll show you exactly what I did. I would just try to wave shine a falcon across the stage. So, like, get to my left, and I'm not expecting you to get it right, like, or to be able to do it, because this does take practice, but... And what I'm gonna do is when you shine me, I'm gonna hold L, and if my shield comes up, it means you're doing it too slow, basically, like that.
Okay.
You see?
I got you.
Yeah.
Does it have to be like a perfect wave dash?
Good question. The way that most people do this is they do a little bit of a walk. So they do shine, you wave dash forward, you kind of walk up to them out of your wave dash, and then you shine again. Close, yeah, and then it's just kind of speed. So yeah, I'll just go back to Fox and I'll just kind of show you what the input would look like. As a Falcon, how do I get out of that? Well, that's Smash DI. We'll get to that on a future lesson. But yeah, it's basically you know, like that. So what I'm doing, if you just watch, you see how you can see me kind of going into a walk. You see how you can kind of see me going into a walk after the wave dash. So that's yeah. I'm actually, you can even kind of hear the footsteps. I always say this is kind of something that blows a lot of, even most Melee players don't realize this. You can wave shine up smash Luigi if you're fast enough. TAS can wave shine up smash Luigi. So you can always kind of, most humans will not get that most of the time. But the upper bound for the speed on this shit is actually pretty nuts. So you do not have to be anywhere near frame perfect to get this to link. It's not, you know, this is not requiring like inhuman levels of precision to wave shine the characters that you're expected to be able to wave shine. Have you done much like unranked? Have you played kind of random people online and shit?
Oh yeah, for probably like 20 something hours in the past like week.
Nice. Okay. A couple things I'm curious about are, because I think these are some of the fundamental things. I actually was talking to somebody who was coming over from Ultimate to Melee, and he was talking about how different recovery was in this game. So you understand kind of how fundamentally how recovery is different in this game than Ultimate. And I think this is super important because like this is one of the first things you need to learn is like how not to die as soon as you're off stage.
The ledge, right? Really?
Pretty much the ledge, yeah. In Ultimate, if I do this, Fox is gonna grab the ledge from below, right? Fox is just gonna snap to the ledge. So it's very common that you'll drop low and you'll recover like this. In Melee, this is really, really bad. Like, you usually don't want to be below the stage, and the reason you don't want to be below the stage is because, well, with Fox, there's many reasons. One of them is with Fox, if you're ever above the ledge recovering, you can mix in side B. So if I'm up out here, I can up B or I can side B. And if I up B, I go high and I can drift back to the ledge. I can go high and I can land on the stage. I can side B, you know, etc. If I go low, well, at a certain point, you kind of have only one option. So they can just do this and roll up, right? So the first thing I think for like every Ultimate player that you got to realize is you really don't want to go low most of the time. It's kind of a last-ditch effort sort of thing, and it's usually kind of what you have to default to once you don't have your double jump. And in this game, you really want to protect your double jump when you're off stage. Like, when you get hit out of your double jump, like if I'm edgeguarding in the Fox Ditto, the first thing I'm looking for is I want to hit you, or Marth, or Sheik, or fucking pretty much any character except like Puff. You want to hit them out of their double jump so they don't have it anymore, and then you kind of know they're going to go low, and then you're going to edgeguard them. And that's kind of like the bread and butter edgeguard for almost every matchup. Like, you want to get them out of their double jump, and that's how you're going to get a lot of your kills, is just like getting their double jump gone and then killing them with an edgeguard. How's your recovery? Like, if I were to, like, if I don't know, if I like hit you off the level. Okay. Just want to, I want to see you recover a couple times. That was good. And you can, and you know, and like pretty intuitively, you'll go for angles like this. I think this is a really good, well, that was bad, but that's a really good option to have in your back pocket. Yeah, exactly. Nice. And the reason for that is because, like, if I'm on the level, like if you're out here and you're doing that recovery where you go to the ledge, like if I'm here and I'm trying to hit, basically, if I'm trying to like hit you, like if I'm trying to like forward smash it or something, it's easy for me to cover all the upward angles, but I won't hit you going to the ledge until I kind of have to read it. Like, I have to go, like, you know, I have to edge hug. Or I have to, like, you know, walk up and go like that or something, you know? Like, that was a forward tilt. But I kind of have to read that. Like, if I ever go for this is risky. It's a read, and you could just go high and you'll go over me. Or you could even aim for my head and burn me, you know? Like, if you want to make, like, a read. So there's kind of layers on that. And that's kind of the classic 50-50 with Fox is, like, are you recovering low or high? It's, like, the most fundamental recovery mix with Fox. I think as long as you know that, coming from, like, because I think some Ultimate players might not even realize that, but as long as you know that, you know, you can kind of figure it out from there. Let's talk a little about combos, because I think this is important. So you know up throw up smash?
Yeah, early percent.
Yep. Actually, a lot of percents with Fox. Battle combo. You can do it at this percent. I'm gonna DI for it this time. Go ahead. So I hit the ground, but you can definitely you can definitely dash, you know, well, I missed it. You can definitely dash up smash that, like at, say you're at, fucking, you know, something like this. Like, you saw how I had time to dash around you and pivot up smash? Well, I'm missing it, but, you know, there's all kinds of, there's pretty much combos to death percent. Like, if you hit me once or twice, like jab me once or twice, so you can up throw up smash me and kill me right now. I'm gonna try to jump out. I was unable to jump out.
Turn around, right?
Yeah, you could turn around. That was a combo, so that's a kill confirm. And on FD, that's like pretty standard against Spaceys. Obviously, platform stages are gonna make that a little harder. You can pretty much always combo that on Space Animals. So you Fox everything on, like, Fox Dittos, like, against fast followers, you know, Fox Falco, Falcon 2, but it's a little different. Pretty much everything starts off up throw. Like, up throw is just a fucking godlike throw. Like, you get everything off this. Like, you can do all kinds of shit. I can up throw, you know, at this percent, you can up throw forward air, and then I could run over and tech chase you. You can up throw nair, up throw bear. You can combo just literally everything. So I think the way you're thinking about neutral is good, because you want to be comboing off of grab. Can you chain grab at all?
You can DI it, right? I have to follow your DI.
I can DI it. So, okay, so the fundamentals of chain grabbing. We'll just talk about it. You get it. At this percent, this percent, if you do it, I can jump out. So at around 50, 60, you want to look for the up throw up tilt. Up smash is fine too. It doesn't kill. I prefer to up. Well, at this percent, you can definitely kill me with. Yeah, you got it though. At this percent, you could kill me with the up smash. The I don't want to get too much into the specifics. I think you can kind of figure those out with play. But yeah, like, you know, kind of being able to do this.
Do you have to jump cancel grab for the?
At really low percents, yes. At like the percent you're at, so hold to the side right now, like hold right.
Okay.
So that was a chain grab, and I didn't jump cancel it. And
so
around, yeah, around 30 or 40, you don't have to. I would say though, if you're a Fox player, there's never a reason not to jump cancel. I would just get in the habit of, this is a jump cancel. You can kind of see that I'm doing a standing grab. This is the dash grab, and it is slower. See when I do dash grab back and forth, you see how it's just much slower after it?
Yeah.
It's slower. Fox's is just categorically worse. It's slower at the start, and it's slower at the end. Jump cancel, it comes out faster, the grab comes out faster, and there's less lag at the end, so it's harder to punish.
Oh, yeah. Really? I didn't even know that.
With Fox, there's never a reason. There are characters where you don't always want to jump cancel grab, but with Fox, you pretty much always want to go for it. If you miss it and you get the grab anyway, no harm, no foul. It's fine. Sometimes you get the dash grab, and sometimes it works out. Sometimes you get the dash grab, and you drop your combo. Whatever, it's fine. Drops happen all the time in Melee. It's just a matter of, you know, you just want to increase your consistency. No one plays perfect in this game all the time. How is your... You're saying you were learning L canceling?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing I have an obstacle with right now is just like implementing the fast fall.
Yeah. Okay, let me see you do it. You're actually getting the fast fall pretty good. That was successful. That looked successful. That looks successful. Yeah, I like what you're doing already. I like this method of practicing where I'll just do like nair dash. Well, I missed it, but nair dash back like that. So it's really like if I miss the L cancel, like I go like that, I'm gonna miss my dash back. You're actually mostly getting it.
I'm not fast falling it though.
Are you sure? Do it again?
Yeah.
Do it again? I guess not, yeah. That's kind of fine though. Like honestly, I think that like, so I always talk to you know, one of my good friends, Laudandis. He always talks about how he thinks a strength he has is that he never fast falls anything, and he's like, it mixes people up. It's kind of good. It's actually kind of, sometimes it's just like think about it. A lot of Melee is like a lot of high level Fox Dittos, for example, are like, you see a lot of this where like you'll do like nair and kind of, you see how I'm kind of drifting back with it? You see that? How I'm like kind of Not that. But I mean, that too, honestly, is a big part of it. But this kind of drills where you'll do like retreating aerials. A lot of this game is like throwing out hitboxes such that it's tricky for your opponent to space properly to punish them. So like, say I'm trying to dash dance grab you, and you do like a retreating aerial, I might come up short, right? I'm like, oh, you're gonna be, well, but I'm like, I see you coming forward with the drill, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna dash dance grab that, but you drift back and you bait me to try to grab you, and then you drift out of range, and then you can punish me. That's like a very common neutral game interaction. So just in general in this game, like, if you can vary your airtime by way of fast falling sometimes, not fast falling sometimes, or drifting one way or drifting the other, as you get that control of your character, you'll be able to kind of, even in situations where they think they're doing the right option to punish you, the control you have of your character makes it so you can kind of wriggle, like worm out of their punish, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I play ZSS, so like her nair in that game, like you have to do it like 4 different ways, like implementing a fast fall. Like you can do it like at different times in the fast fall too, so that it mixes up on parry.
Yeah, so that should come as no, surprise to you or whatever. And I think that like in general, I think a lot of new players over focus on fast falling their arrows, because it's like the thing you're supposed to learn. You're supposed to learn short hop, fast fall, L cancel. That's the thing you're supposed to learn. So I think at like low mid levels of play, everyone kind of intuitively looks to punish that drift. And let me tell you, at high levels of like, or not even high levels, well, but like on unranked, dude, if I get juggled, my most common way I'll land, literally my most common way I'll land is I'll just go like this. Watch. So I'm getting juggled. I go like that. I'll drift one way, and then I'll drift back towards them. Not fast fall at all. I'm not fast falling the whole time, and no one can space around this at the slippy unranked level. Like, basically, unless you're like a good tournament player, you're getting hit by this back air. That's just what I've observed. It's because people don't expect you not to fast fall straight up. This is how I land 99% of the time, and people cannot deal with it. You can even mix in this, like. Because the thing about melee, like, okay, so in ultimate, I think this is a good, this will be a good, like, mid-level, like a high-level ultimate, but how does it analogize to melee kind of thing? So, in ultimate, like, a lot of the landing mix-ups are, like, so some characters have, like Snake is, like, B-reverse. Okay, you're ZSS, so you have flip kick, so maybe you've just never thought about this in your life.
It's actually easier to catch her landing than you'd think. I play against Rob a lot, so like he's just really good at controlling your space. But so like honestly, there's only like 3 ways to land in ultimate. It's like land and throw out an aerial, land and hold shield, and land and spot dodge.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's like that fast fall like spot dodge immediately. Fast fall air dodge, fast fall neutral air dodge. Yeah, and then obviously some characters have like Snake is B reverse grenade, ZSS flip kick, but like it's. So I think in Melee, like, I realized this when I was playing somebody who was an ultimate player in Melee, and I up through, we were playing Fox Marth, and I up through his Marth, and he was complaining, he was like, dude, how do I land against your character? And because he could not get down around, and I was just kind of sharking with up airs, and I think in Melee, I think the way, and by the way, we're about to run out of time on this game. Can I A and B reset? No, right? I'll just start new. In Melee, a lot of the land, like catching landings and stuff like that, a lot of it is dash dancing. Like a lot of it is with punishing their landing, like you said, like landing into spot dodge and shit like that. A lot of people do wave land back. Actually, a big one with Falco, if you can visualize it, is like landing with a laser. Because you're kind of thinking they're gonna like do an aerial, right, to catch you coming down, and they do like a laser, so you run into the laser, and then they can convert that into like a run shine or something. So that's just something to kind of be cognizant of, and I think it maps pretty well to ultimate, in the sense that, like you said, there's actually only a certain number of things you can really do coming down. And I will say that most players up till a very high level have pretty common, like there's a lot of habits people have. And that's definitely something you can look out for. So, okay, for example, when I'm playing against Falco, I know that if they're the kind, like I'll observe, are they doing the predictable aerial every time, or like, are they mixing in lasers and stuff? And something I'll do often is I'll actually just run under them and I'll up smash. And that'll beat the laser. That'll beat... The nice thing about Fox's up smash in this game is that it's actually 7 frame startup. This move is 7 frames of startup. That's the same number of frames as your grab. And what that means is the implications here are huge, because that means anytime you can grab somebody, you basically also could have up smashed them.
Okay.
Which is huge. Like if you're whiff punishing me with dash dance grab, you could also go for Okay, well, I fucked it up, but, you know, I can also go for this. Anytime I can tech chase you with grab, I can tech chase you with up smash. Anytime I could have shield grabbed you, I could have up smashed out of shield. Now, it's a little bit harder because it's not as easy to buffer as, or it's not as easy to just mash as, like, shield grabbing. But it is something that's good to know because, like, frame data-wise, like, there are a lot of times where you want to rely on this. You want to rely on the fact that this move is as fast as your grab. And you can catch landings with it. You can fucking, I mean, you can just YOLO it across the stage. Like overshoot up smash is fucking good. And yeah, it's great for catching landings. It's definitely a little laggier than up throw, or sorry for that grab. But you want to get in the habit of, you want to get good at that jump cancel up smash. Like so you can run across the stage and do it. Like you want to get pretty good at.
Wait,
yeah.
So can you just up smash out of shield, or do you have to actually input it manually?
You cannot up smash out of shield with the C stick. You will jump. You will buffer a jump. Actually, I'm holding L and C stick up right now, and it's actually buffering my jump. See that?
Okay. Well, I'm using tap jump and C stick to do out of shield.
That's how I do it. Yep. I slam both sticks up.
That's smart.
Yeah. I just double stick it, and it's a very good option. Like if I do a bad nair on your shield, like here I'm gonna.
I'm messing up.
Yeah, your shield's gonna break. I'm gonna.
Thank you. All right. Well, I didn't do it, but.
Yeah, you could do it. You could just nair my shield or something. Shield poke me. Okay, one second. Okay, go. Yeah, my shield broke. All right, jab me. All right, do one. Yeah, I'm getting shield poke. Well, you get the idea. That's the problem in demonstrating shield is now my shield is the size of a peanut.
Yeah. That's something I'll have to just work on applying.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the number one things I want to talk about in general is actually like just how to get good at this game in general. Basically the way like I learned Melee, I want to have a win condition. Like I want to, the first thing I try to figure out is like, okay, how am I going to kill my opponent? Like what do I, like I basically what I'm saying is I want to be able to combo them. I want to have some path to take a stock basically. And so the way you got to do it in Melee, you're already kind of most of the way there because you've been practicing some of these techniques. Like you've got dash dancing mostly under control. You can wave dash. It looks like you know like some basic throw combos. The first thing you said, you're actually kind of you're pretty much already there. You're like, I'm gonna dash dance, grab my opponent, and then yeah, that's how you kill most opponents. You're gonna be fucked every time you fight a Samus for a long time. That's just kind of
been getting destroyed by Samus.
Yeah, that character you can't. We could talk about that character at some point, but yeah, that character is just fucking built different, literally. Yeah,
you can't combo them, right?
You can combo them, you just gotta get creative. Like my Samus gameplay is like, okay, they'll be shielding, and I'm like, nair shield to bait on an up you out of shield, and then they up you on the platform, then I like up air them and combo them. Or I do like, so I'll do like, deep landing nair into shield, or I'll do like bear dash away as they're crouching or something to bait out crouch cancel stuff. I try to make it see, I'll like laser them like 2 or 3 times until they think I'm dedicated to lasering them, and then I predict that they're gonna wave dash forward, and I do kind of a low commit nair forward to catch them in their wave dash because then they're no longer crouch canceling. It's a much more complicated. I think a lot of matchups like that, Samus Luigi, is like getting really comfortable with your aerial drift actually, because the way that like your bread and butter in those matchups is not necessarily comboing them because like you said they are more situational. It's a lot of like this. It's a lot of like not necessarily full jump, but even full jump too. It's a lot of like if I do a lot of poking them, like a lot of like throwing out these like low commit drift back nairs and shit like that. And if they come forward, they get hit and it's very low risk. And often I can even get a combo out of it. Like I would love to be able to catch them mid wave dash or mid jump and combo this into an up tilt, which I can't do right now. But yeah, like nair up tilt. And by the way, the rural juror, thank you for the prime. But yeah, a lot of those matchups are like you will naturally get better at those matchups as your control of the character gets better, I think. And it's just a lot of experience. Also tilts, actually down tilt. This move, yeah, chat said it. This move's fucking good.
I love this move.
Yeah. You know what the thing about down tilts in Melee is, by the way, which I'm sure you've probably realized at this point, but just by default, like, I don't know, walk up, like, do something to me, like, I don't know, attack me. Like, I'm crouch canceling while I do this.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah. It's really, really strong.
That brings up a point I wanted to go over. Early,
yeah, bring it up.
Early percents, obviously, I know that crouch canceling is like a huge difference in this game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to separate this kind of into 2 segments. One, how do you get around crouch canceling? Like, beating it out early percent? And how do you apply it yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, how do you apply it yourself is probably more difficult for Fox. We'll get into that second. Yeah, beat it. Well, let's talk about beating it first. Let's talk about the obvious. I think the most obvious examples, especially at, like, you know, newer levels of play, like Peach and Samus, like crouch cancel down smash, characters that can do this, and it's just fucking terrifying because you'll take 60% if you fuck up. Against Peach, especially low-level players, like, dude, I will fucking try to bait that shit out all day, and I will go for this. Full jump drill. This shit. So the beautiful thing about both Fox and Falco's downers is it beats crouch cancel straight up. Like, hold down, like, try to punish, like, dude, just hold down and, like, try to take a hit and spam down tilt or something. Okay, well, I fucked it up, but do it again. There we go.
Gotcha.
That's fucking, this move combos into grab. It combos into grab, and it definitely fucking combos into shine. Right? Like, that's fucking good. Drill is a baked-in answer to crouch cancel. There's this kind of interesting, like, pretty high-level mix-up, 50-50 thing that's going on with Fox, and I think this is just kind of fascinating, and it's basically the way you beat Nair is you crouch cancel it. This is fighting Fox, not playing as Fox. The way you beat Nair is you crouch cancel it, right? And the way you beat Drill is you SDI. Sorry, the way you beat Drill is you SDI out of it. So if I'm fighting a Peach and I try to drill her, she's got to realize it's pretty fucking hard to react to. If she's really on her shit, she can SDI to my drill so that I can't drill shine her. Now, I can still probably drill grab her if I react to that. So it's kind of the thing about Melee that I think you kind of realize is that every 50-50 that you think just has two answers, like, there's this kind of, what's the term? It's emergent complexity. Yeah, I don't know if you ever heard the phrase emergent complexity, but it's basically like, oh, I'm going to beat her down smash by drilling, and then I'll do drill shine. And then she's like, haha, but I'm going to beat that by smash DIing out. And I'm like, but then I'm not going to drill shine. I'm going to drill and then dash back, and now I'm going to bait out your down smash. Or I'm going to drill and then short hop drill again as you try to mash your down smash. Or I'm going to drill and then grab you. And then it's like, oh shit. And then there's counterplay to that. And so it's not even, at a certain point, it becomes like, and then with every single one of those little iterations, part of it is reading, part of it is reacting, right? Because she can kind of react to my drill, but it helps if she kind of knows what I'm going for. So, you know, it kind of primes her a little better for the anticipation. And a lot of mix-ups in Melee do kind of work that way, where there's this kind of, there are kind of layers to it, you know? And then if you really know someone really well, like your practice partner, you'll just start going for options that look silly against other players because you just know someone so well, if that makes sense.
Trust me, I know that. My my best practice partner, we've kind of been playing, we're bubbled up in quarantine.
I'm going to platform stage, but yeah, keep talking.
He's like PR level in Jersey. He's a raw player. And oh my goodness, the things that he does, I'm like, dude, you're not doing that against anybody else.
That makes sense.
Doing that against anybody else. He's like already got the Nair out where I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be with like the third mix-up. Like I'm like 3 levels deep, and he's already got the Nair there.
That's really fucking funny. Yeah, that sounds about right. There's I really like that aspect of fighting games and Smash in general. So yeah, you already know what I'm talking about. I used to have this thing I would do against specifically Silent Wolf that always worked against Silent Wolf, and I would never do this against Joe Schmo in tournament. But if he was ever shielding on a platform, I would do that. I would waveland onto the platform next to him, empty waveland, and up smash him, and it worked every time. Because he was like reacting to, he was trying to jump out or shield drop or something, and it would just kind of catch him every time. And that's just kind of how it is sometimes. You know what I mean? Like there's certain, and I don't think I ever told him that this worked on him. I saved it in my back pocket in case I ever needed to beat him in tournament.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, there's like,
I know.
You know, if you watch high level Mango Armada or like Mango HBox sets, Mango will fucking like, he'll land in front of HBox's shield and fucking up smash, empty land up smash.
Yeah.
You can, as Puff, you can always rest up smash on your shield, out of shield. You can always rest it if you're reacting properly. Every up smash that Fox does on a Puff shield can be rested, and yet Mango gets so much mileage off of this, even though he should be dying. You know, that's just kind of how it is. But anyway.
Yeah, he'll throw out up airs like under the platforms too. And
yeah,
he gets HBox like that too. That's something I noticed.
Yeah, HBox has this whole style of play where he's doing a lot of shielding on this platform. He's looking for a pound. But yeah, going back to your question though, I actually do want to go to Peach because this is the easiest character to demonstrate fucking So one option you always got to look out for, every Peach below a certain level will, when they're on the platform, like, they'll down smash. Like, they'll wake up down smash or whatever. Like, if they get knocked down, they'll wake up down smash. I really like to just sit under this and just full jump upper it. Like, wait it out and full jump upper it. Exactly, and you can combo that. You could probably have up tilted that or up aired it again or something. This is really common. You will take 60 damage if you get this wrong. So they will always go for it. Yeah. I think if you're under them, I think with Peach, a lot of beating her crouch cancel down smash, like her down smash, is baiting it out. I think run up full jump is really good. I'm gonna go back to Fox for a second. I'll show you I'm gonna ask you to kind of visualize this. But like, so with Fox I do this a lot against characters like Sheik, characters like Peach, and especially on platform stages, I really like I'll like run up and I'll full jump. So I use the term like covering my landing. Does that intuitively make sense to you? Like what? Like in Ultimate, you know, you'll land with a move and you might oh
yeah, I land with there as ESS.
right, exactly. Yeah, like Inkling. Right, exactly. So in Melee, like a lot of the time, Sheik players, they'll do like this really common thing where they'll do like, you know, they'll do like a forwarder and then they'll throw out a tilt because they're always trying to like catch you running in with a forward tilt, right?
Yeah.
So against Sheik and then Peach players, you know, they'll cover the landings with like jabs, right? So against those characters, so the fucked up thing about Fox, or one of the very fucked up things about Fox, is his full jump. I think you've probably heard people meme on IBDW's full jumps to no end. Fox this is like a fucked up move. Like this movement option is fucking crazy because no one gets this high and this low this fast. Falco's got great fall speed on his full jump too. He just goes way higher. So with Fox, I'll be fighting a Sheik or a Peach or something, and I'll just go like run up full jump. I'll be about. Oh, good. I can pause. I'll be about here in my full jump. And they landed. They've just imagine a Sheik that has just landed, and now I'm waiting to see if they throw out a forward tilt. If they do, I'm gonna go like that and combo them. If they don't, I can just get the fuck out. Yeah. Or I can even just drift back. You see IBW do this. Actually, Crush did this a lot. Crush once famously explained to me that if you just full jump and then not fast fall and you drift back and you don't do anything, you'll immediately become top 15 in the world. Like no exaggeration, like options like this just fuck so many people over, especially people who flowchart like with punish because they're expecting every Fox to kind of do brain dead nairs in, you know. You just mix this in and they'll just throw out that grab and you can just kind of like boop, and then you punish them and go to town.
Yeah, that's honestly how I got a lot of my openings because I couldn't L cancel, so I would have to like wait for them to do something.
Perfect.
And I'm used to empty hopping like crazy with ZSS because she doesn't have a grab.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So none of this shit should come as a surprise to you. Yeah, wave landing in general is just really good in this game. So like you can always kind of just like, you've got that in your back pocket. Like you don't even need to fucking commit your full. You can just get the fuck out. And against a character like Peach, it's extra good because like how is Peach gonna? If I do this in neutral, like what is Peach gonna do that can hit this on reaction? You know what I mean? She's so slow vertically.
I like that you gave me two answers to the crouch cancel. You gave me both the mix up on what they do if they adjust to the drill. And then you also even gave me tips on like crouch canceling on platforms and how to beat them. So that was a answer. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, a lot of it is a lot of it is baiting. And also honestly, man, like it goes without saying that you can also just grab it, right? Like yeah, if they're being super obvious with it, like if they're being super obvious with it, you can definitely just grab. And the reason characters like Samus and Peach will go for it is because you can't up air Samus. So Samus knows she's incurring the risk when she goes for obvious uppies out of shield or obvious crouch cancel down smashes. Samus players know that they're very likely going to get grabbed, but they also know that you're only going to get about 7% off the grab. That does not mean you shouldn't go for the grab. Just fucking forward throw them and like ledge trap them. I swear to God, it's fucking good. And it will put seeds of doubt in their head. I think Ultimate players are way better at this than like mid-level Melee players for sure. Like I think the concept of like conditioning someone to like break certain habits or like they want to play a certain way and you kind of have to coax them out of it by doing certain things. I think that's like I think that's way more tangible in Ultimate. I think people are way more used to having to do that because you just kind of have to in that game.
So yeah, you could totally just, yeah, against Samus players, man, you can totally just keep I mean, if you're sick nasty, you can do down throw, like, you can go for down throw like tech chase, like, you know, if they tech this, like here, tech this to the left, or right, tech this to the left or the right, don't tell me.
Okay.
Okay, that wasn't a tech, that was
I'm not fast. Hold on, go ahead. Do it again.
Yeah, it's really hard, so I tried to react to that. That's almost always a read. You can go for it if you're fucking sick nasty, but I like going for it though. I will just down throw fucking Samuses and pick a random direction. I will pummel them once so they tech it. This is a little trick of the trade. I will pummel them once so that they're actually primed for it. They're actually I don't have to. I want them to tech it. I want them to take it one way or the other, and then I'll just pick a random direction up smash that way. I fucked up my up smash, but again, we got 80-90 ping. I'll literally go like that, and it's fucking good. You'll get kills at 80%. There's infinite fucking tricks you can do in this game to characters like that. But yeah, crouch canceling is something you do have to work around, and I think the way to think about it is like, it's like better than shielding because the thing about crouch canceling is if you hit me, like I don't have to go through shield stun. Like if you nair shine my shield, you know, I'm kind of locked in there. Like if you're shielding and I go like, not the full one, but if I go like that, like if I go like, okay, I can't really, like that, like say, imagine you're shielding, that whole sequence, you pretty much aren't gonna be able to shield grab me out of that. If you're crouch canceling and you nair me, like I am not gonna have shield stun, so I could always like, you know, down tilt, or I could like crouch cancel grab. Actually, do you know about crouch cancel shield grab? Do you know about that?
No, what's that?
Okay, this is sick. You're gonna this is gonna be the primer to how to use, this is like the first step of how to use crouch canceling as a non crouch cancel down smash character in Melee. Okay, so if you hold down, this is super important. This is super important, comes up all the fucking time. If you hold down and you know, you would think, well, what do you want to do when someone fucking does a bad nair? You probably want to, okay, you're at 99, so you can't crouch cancel at this percent, but if I do like a, you know, a weak nair, you probably want to grab me, right? You want to grab me.
Right.
But the problem is, if you press Z when you're holding down, you get a down tilt. Okay, well, sometimes you want a down tilt. It's a good move. But a lot of the time, you actually want to just grab them, right? So what you do to go from crouch to grab, there's two ways to do it. One is you can jump cancel it. So I'm doing YZ. I'm doing a jump cancel grab.
Oh.
That's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. However, this is not...
shield grab.
You can shield grab. You can shield grab, exactly. Now, the reason the shield grab is sick is because you can mash the shit out of this. So I'm gonna basically, I'll do this a lot against, in particular, Captain Falcon, where I will hold, Captain Falcon has this, you know, he's got his gentleman, right? Like, this is like a pretty good example of when to use this. He's got his gentleman, and he's got jab mix-ups he'll do, where maybe you've seen he can do, you know, he can kind of do like, his standard thing is, well, I can't gentleman as Fox, but pretend I'm Falcon, he can do like jab, he can do 3, right? He can do the gentleman. He can do one jab and then, like, say you're shielding, right? He can do gentleman your shield and the whole thing. So then you need to wait. If you're shielding and he does gentleman or shield, you got to wait out the whole thing and then punish the gentleman. If he does one, he could also just do one jab and then grab you, or 2 jabs and grab you, or he could do jab and then like set up a knee because he knows you're waiting for the gentleman. So he's got some mix-ups off of the gentleman situation, right? So what you can kind of do is, as he jabs your shield, for example, you can transition into crouch canceling, and then you just start, once he hits your shield, you'll just hold A and start, you're still holding down, so he'll hit me, and I'll just hold A and start mashing, or hold L and start mashing A. So I'm holding down, and I just start going like this. And the beautiful thing about this is, if my input gets interrupted, if the crouch cancel shield grab input gets interrupted, I'm literally holding down, I'm holding L, and I'm mashing A. If my grab gets interrupted, I'm still holding down. So I almost re-crouch cancel the next hit, and then I try again, right? I'm trying again. Like, so it's gonna be, so he's gonna go for the full gentleman or whatever, and it's gonna be boom, 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 and each time I'm getting my shield, I'm still holding down, but I'm holding L and mashing A, so I'm gonna, as soon as I can, I'm gonna try to go for basically a grab again. The reason this is easier and better than going for jump cancel grab is because if you wanted to mash the jump cancel grab, you would have to mash YZ over and over. And at any given moment, you might get like a fucking light shield or some shit. This doesn't really work because you can't mash it nearly as fast. Whereas like with the crouch cancel shield grab, as soon as you hit, so like, yeah, just do a nair into me, like just run forward and nair me. like that.
Gotcha.
So all I did was I waited for you to hit me, and then I just held L and I started mashing A. You could dash tag me. That's fine too. Like that.
Gotcha.
So all I did was you can try it too. So back up. So hold, and so as soon as I hit you, just fucking hold L and start mashing A. Yeah, you got me. And it comes out fucking
easy.
fast. Yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah,
it's super easy.
It's sick.
I'm gonna nair you. In fact, at this percent, I think you might be able to do with up smash. Let's try with up smash. All right, well that makes sense.
Oh wait, hold on. Go ahead.
Up smash the fucking and at this percent it won't work. But I'll nair you. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna dash out and dash back in and nair you. Oh my bad. Okay. Nice. Yep. And I couldn't shine that.
Hard.
Yeah, it's not even hard, and it's fucking good. Now, there are ways to beat it. Like, if you're going for that, because you get scooted back a little bit from the crouch cancel, you know? Like, for example, if I'm here, so go for it again, like, or get ready to go for it. So watch this. Okay. Oh, whoops. Yeah, wait for me to hit you first. Okay, my bad. Okay. You see that? You got the shield grab out, but you say you scoot. So that's where stage control kind of comes into play in this game, is when you have stage control, like I can do things like I can do these really safe back airs where even if you get a crouch cancel, you know, I can drift in, you know, if you're like, if your back's to the ledge, you know, I can go like this and kind of space it to where you're not even going to be able to grab me anyway. It doesn't matter what the frame data is, right?
Right.
By the way, do you have any other pressing questions off of like things you just kind of wondered from your adventures on Unranked? Like,
yeah, I got a couple things.
Okay.
I think shielding. So when you mentioned like shield is kind of worse than crouch cancel, shielding kind of feels bad.
Yeah.
My question is, so like you have to, so you can't buffer out of shield, right?
You cannot buffer out of shield. What you can do is you can definitely like, you can buffer to a certain extent. So there's certain things you can always buffer, and certain things I definitely do buffer a lot, or I will buffer spot dodge like nobody's business. If you hold C stick down, this buffers. I'm literally holding L and C stick down right now. Holding C stick to the side, you'll buffer rolls. Holding C stick up, you'll buffer jumps. You cannot buffer aggressive options out of shield. So anytime you can mash certain things that kind of pseudo buffer. So like if I'm going for a shield grab, I'll just fucking mash A like nobody's business. Remember like I was just showing you a shield grab, crouch cancel shield grab. You can do the same thing with shield grab.
So when you're buffering spot dodge, it has to be with C stick.
Yeah, it has to be with C stick, because if you hold down, yeah, I actually got into the habit of using C stick for rolls and spot dodges for this exact reason.
You can't buffer jump, right, out of shield.
You can't buffer jump. You can buffer C stick jump, but you can't buffer the short hop. And honestly, C stick jump is, yeah. So if we go back to go back in the game, yeah. If you hold L and C stick up, you buffer this jump. So this is a jump I'm buffering out of shield. I'm just
what?
Yeah. If you just hold L and hold C stick up, it'll just jump first frame.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dispel any illusions for you right now. This doesn't really have that many uses. Now, the reason for that is, yes, you're buffering the jump, but you're not gonna be able to buffer the aerial. Also,
yeah,
you
don't have stick.
Yeah, so I mean, you could use this, and then like maybe you want to falling up for them or something. Like, you know, you're like, aha, I'm gonna catch you. You know, you're still pressuring where I was shielding, and I land on you with a. But I mean, most of the time, so that is you know, I guess there is that potential. I don't really go for that, but you do have to time your aerial regardless. So like, you know, narrow out a shield, things like this, which this is a pretty good option. It's not as fast obviously as shine out. I can't shine anymore. Shine out of shield, but it is pretty good if they do something a little bit laggier. And yeah, you do have to time that. Are there any specific like shield situations you're thinking of when you ask me this question?
Like rising aerials. Not that they happen too often, but
like if they'd rising aerial your shield or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
a Falco. Falco's probably the most common character where this kind of stuff matters. I'm gonna do a bad dare on your shield. Like I'm gonna do like this. Look at this dare shine I'm doing. Like that, right? So that's like, so I can do like, so I'm gonna try to do. I wish I could turn on, dude. I wish we could turn on fucking infinite shields. This is, I guess this is worth bringing up, just so you know it, because you might not realize this. Do you know what light shield is better at and worse at? Do you know how light shield is different than heart shield in this game? Nope. All right, so basically, and it is a spectrum, because you know you can have a very, very light shield, or you can have, you know, it's kind of a, you know, it's a gradient. It's not like one or the other. But TLDR, if you're light shielding, whoops, just put up your light shield. Like you can even just hold Z. You slide a lot further. So like you're not even gonna be able to shield grab this. Like because you're gonna slide back further, so it increases your traction. Which is sometimes very good. Marth players love this because they just kind of want to get out of the pressure. You'll see Zane go for light shield a lot. Also, well, the first most obvious thing also, it's just bigger. You're not getting this. This is not getting shield poke. Like you see how it completely covers my whole body, whereas this, you know. But yeah, the difference between light shield is you slide a lot further. You also have more shield stun. You have more shield stun, so you're not going to be able. So for those two reasons, you're not going to be able to hit them out of shield as easy. You're not going to be able to counter attack because you're in shield for longer. You also slid further away. But it does kind of get you out of danger better, because like if I'm trying to shield pressure you and you're going for light shields, you know, oh sorry, just put your light shield up. You know, if I'm going for shield pressure, just hold it, just hold it. You see that? You're out. You're already out. You're already out. Yeah. Like if I'm like I'm gonna fucking go like even like maybe shine like whoops that's yeah like right there. I tried to shine grab you like nah you're sliding back too far. So
that's actually really cool.
Okay, but that being said, we were talking specifically about, let's go back to, you're just shielding normally. I'm going to try to do a rising downer, and then I'm going to try to shine you, so, like that. So what are you trying to do right now?
I think that I'm going to answer my own question and say that I shouldn't be doing any type of aerial.
You can, if you're fast enough. I think the easiest thing to do is probably shield grab it. There you go. That's probably, and the cool thing about that is you can mash it. Like if you see them do a bad aerial on your shield, you can kind of mash it. You do want to be careful going for stuff like shield grab, of course. I mean, I'm sure you've seen stuff like this where if you're just shielding, just put up your shield and try to shield grab me. I'm sure you've seen that. I'm sure you've seen that. I mean, that's
the mango, right?
That's the mango, yeah. I mean, I did bear by accident, but yeah, yeah, you gotta be cognizant. And that's, by the way, that's kind of where I'm gonna go to like a character like, oh, let's say Luigi would be a good example. So this is where aerial to shield, I think, is really strong, actually, is a character like Luigi. Press start. And this is where I think it's just kind of experience, and you have to get a little bit, you know, creative, and you got to think on your feet a little bit. But, you know, Luigi can go for stuff like, right, he can do, just like an ultimate, he can do, you know, two aerials in a... But if he does if he does this, yeah, exactly. You could do up smash to hit that. You could nair me out of shield between my moves. This is where nair out of shield would be great. Like if you're fast and they go for exactly short up even better because you might be able to combo me. But if I'm like, well, your shield's pretty fucking small. But yeah, you can go like if you can short up nair me out of shield. Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta get the short hop down.
That was a short hop nair.
Yeah.
Pretend it was a short hop nair.
Totally. Yeah, you see how this would be really strong because like, yes, he can kind of cover his first aerial with the second one, but there is a gap. And if you're reacting properly and he didn't space himself, you know, you're going to be able to nair him, and he's not going to be on the ground, so he's not going to be crouch canceling. And you can get combos like nair, 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 nair up tilt, whatever, nair up tilt, up air. You know, once you get a crouch canceling character in the air, like when you nair them at low percent, like that's when you just get fucking 60 damage for free. Like, you know. Well, Luigi, do bear in mind every Luigi is gonna mash nair out of your combos.
Right.
What I like to do against that, by the way, I'm gonna go back to Fox. Have you fought any characters like that, like Luigi's characters that try to nair, like mash out of combos?
Yeah, I've played almost every character in the game, surprisingly.
Okay, that's good. What I like to do against characters like that is as they're landing, I'll do things like, imagine a Luigi's kind of landing on top of me, like he's like falling like this, and he's like doing an air. I'll do shit like this, like so I started comboing him. I kind of back off for, well, I'm like, you know, whatever, nair up till, I don't know, I up aired him or something. He's coming down. I'll go like this, and I'll do a bear such that, imagine he's falling and he can get his nair out, but my bear outspaces it, and I'm drifting away from him.
Yeah,
that's kind of,
I understand that.
Right. A lot of, yeah, and that's just kind of how it is. I figure that stuff is going to come intuitively to Ultimate players, because that's like...
Yeah, because people mash out of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, Wave Dash out of shield. Thank you for bringing it up. You know about Wave Dash out of shield? I mean, it's pretty...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's another good out of shield option. It's like this is like a very respectful out of shield option. It's you know, it's the kind of thing where you kind of don't want to fuck with it. You just kind of want to reset to neutral, and that's great a lot of the time. Especially like at the edge, you know, you're kind of like, you're here. I'm like, fuck this pressure. I'm gonna reset to the ledge, and like, you know, you get ledge involved for free in this game. Your mileage may vary on whether the ledge involved in melee is a good mechanic or a bad mechanic. It's got trade-offs for sure, but you know, it's there, so you might as well use it. So like, you know, you'll see like, especially like players like hacks will do this a lot, where it's like shield, and then they'll like go back to the ledge, and then ledge dash, and then they use their legend ball. You know.
Wizzy too, right? Wizrub.
For sure, yeah, for sure. Because there's mix-ups you get with which legend ball, and then you can like, you know, do shit like that. And it's just good to be aware of wave dash out of shield. Like it's good to know that you can kind of reset to yeah, it's a good way to reset to neutral. It's very low commit. It's pretty it's non-committal. You're not going to get a big punish, obviously, but yeah, it's nice to be able to do for sure. I like it out of things like in neutral too. You know, I'll do run forward shield to kind of mess up their spacing, and then you can wave dash back out to kind of reset. You know, this is pretty common. The cool thing about melee, again, talking about melee's dash, is that unlike an ult, you know, an ult you have to finish your dash before you can get your shield up. You can't dash forward and immediately shield. So in this game you can, and that's big.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That feels so weird.
Yeah, you'll get used to this. I don't even know if I want to talk about this because it's really not worth. It's not worth really thinking about, but I guess it's good to know. Is there's a difference between the technical term is there's ASDI down and there's crouch, and they're two different mechanics. There's overlap. So ASDI down is basically you're holding down as you get hit, and it ASDIs you towards the ground, and that's what lets you do things like the immediate counterattack, like where I can hit you and you immediately get this out. Mm-hmm. And you can immediately down tilt me as I hit you or whatever. That's ASDI down. Crouching is a unique mechanic in Melee. This is a unique one-off thing, and it's programmed this way where anytime you're crouching, if you're literally in your crouch animation, you incur, I believe it's 2/3 the knockback. It literally just fucking slices how much knockback you would have gotten. I think it's 2/3. And now, if you're crouching, by default, you're also holding down, so you get both. But that's kind of why there's like the way that I think about it, at least, this is kind of like putting in layman's terms. It's almost like there's two levels to crouch canceling, where you're fully crouching, you're actually in your crouch animation, and you can take hits up till really fucking high percents if you're actually crouching. Like Samus can true crouch. Sometimes they'll say true crouch cancel. Samus can true crouch cancel like a jab until like fucking probably shit. I don't know, all long ass time, like well into the hundreds or whatever. You can also kind of be crouch canceling even if you're not in the crouch animation, and that's just ASDI down. So you do not get the full effect, but you can still. So I can basically like I can be like naring forward, and I'm not crouch. Like maybe I trade with something as I'm landing, and I enter my jumps or my what do I call it? My landing frames. Like okay, in this spot, like in this state, I'm not crouching, but I could be holding down. And if I trade with the move here, if I'm at a pretty low percent, not as low of a percent as the true crouch cancel, but I can still be holding down here, and I can like mash out a down tilt or something if I trade with something, for example.
Do the ledge options change as your percent goes up?
The only difference is that if you're above 100, like, here, I'll just get you to 100 real quick. Okay, so yeah, do your get up from the ledge. It's less obvious with the jump. Yeah, it's kind of slow. He kind of scrambles up. Very easy to ledge trap. You see how when I do it, it's... I'll go to the other side of the stage. You see how it's like that? They're all a lot slower.
When you're at 100, they're all slower. Okay, but doesn't that make them like more ambiguous?
In a way, yeah, it can, especially based on the character. It can. The only thing is, this game doesn't have the thing Ultimate has, where your get-up attack is 100% invincible. You know, in that game, like, if someone's rapid jamming the fucking ledge, like, you can always get-up attack it. In this game, if your invuln runs out, there's actually a brief vulnerability window at the beginning of that animation. So this is a good option, and it beats a lot of shit. But it doesn't usually, like, here, you can even walk up to the ledge and, like, start rapid jabbing. Actually, this might... Yeah, there you go. See how it hit me? I was doing a get-up attack there. I'm gonna do a get-up attack. So it's finicky. I think it's probably based on... I mean, it's just... Does the hitbox... Like, how does it... And right there, you were spaced such that one of them hit me. But yeah, you're not in full invuln until the hitbox comes out like an ult. So, the slow get-ups are usually pretty bad. Like... Yes, it's ambiguous what you're actually doing, but there are common timings often that beat all of them. Like, if you're doing one of those slow get-ups, It's usually pretty easy to just like time a forward smash that kind of covers all of them, as it turns out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it kind of works out that way. So they're usually pretty bad. The really good ledge options are often, well, if you can ledge dash, it's kind of always good. Ledge dashing is like pretty always good. You kind of want to do it. It's risky though, because you can SD, and that will never go away. Like I'm missing a lot of ledge dashes right now.
How do you get the perfect input for it? I know that it varies, right?
Yeah, the way I do it, and the way I guess most people recommend you do it, although there are different ways people do it. You grab the ledge, there's this little circle that expands outwards. You see that little circle? Mm-hmm. I kind of time it with that, in a sense, because for the first 8 frames that you've grabbed the ledge, well, in Ultimate it's a lot longer, but in this game it's 8 frames. The window that you can't do anything is 8 frames long. Whoops, I'm alive. It's 8 frames long, so you wait a tiny bit, and then I will do, very quickly, I do down, and then I'll do a wave dash in quick succession. I will kind of do down. I aim to do. That was pretty good. You had some invuln off that. That was pretty good. That one was not so good. That was good, except you held onto the ledge for too long.
The only question that I had left, I think, was, I guess, like, what do you can openers, like your early game openers? So like obviously drill, shine, grab, and then like what are some other
the theory? Yes, the theory. I love it. Yeah, that's a great question. I think that the answer to this has gotten more complicated over time as people have gotten better on defense. So bear with me a little bit. Okay, let's talk about Fox Dittos first. Because I think the high level in this matchup is the neutral game triangle. It's the neutral game RPS of there's Dash Dance, and Dash Dance beats throwing out moves. And throwing out moves beats overshooting. Well, okay, don't kill yourself when you overshoot. And then overshooting beats Dash Dance. So Dash Dance beats throwing out moves beats overshooting, and overshooting beats Dash Dance. The reason for that is because when you're dash dancing, you're kind of looking for them to throw something out that you can punish, with like usually with the grab, like you mentioned. You can beat that by doing something they can't react to, so you run all the way in and shine. I love running shine. I think it's a phenomenal neutral game opener in almost every matchup. And then, you know, you can just fucking throw out moves, and if they're trying to run in and overshoot, well, you're gonna run into a foot. So, and what's the way you beat that? You try to react to it and you grab them. So that's kind of how you play neutral. Those are your big openers are like grab, and you can get a grab a couple ways. And you can get a grab, by the way, off of all of these. I can raw react and grab you as you land, like I can grab your landing. Or I can throw out a drill and you run into it, and I fucking drill grab you. That's an opener. Or I can fucking, like, you're dash dancing and I'm like, boom, knock you down. I get a knockdown, and then I can tech chase you off of it. Or I put you on the ledge, and now I'm like pressuring you with the ledge or something, you know?
Yeah, I think tech chasing is something that I wanted to go over, but it's getting a little bit late on my end.
Okay, I can tell. Well, I can give you the quick theory, the quick rundown theory. The quick theory is there's 2 ways to tech chase when you get a knockdown. Once they're knocked down or once they have to tech, you can in this game, especially with a character like Fox that has a fast run speed. Here, just up smash me real quick. Okay, so from this situation, and like walk up a little bit. Okay, so from this situation, if you react properly, you can cover everything I do. You can just cover everything I do. However, it is hard, and that's why people will go for reads sometimes. So like if you react properly, yeah, you'd be able to grab my stand up, or you could shield grab my get up attack. And similarly, you know, if you're playing, like, say I'm playing Sheik or something, and I down throw you. I mean, I'm sure you've seen this. I'll go to a wider level too.
Oh my god, yeah, I get tech chase forever.
You know, off of this, if I'm reacting properly, so right there I didn't react properly. I should have jabbed your. So that's a reaction. I was too late. You buffered a spot dodge, and that's good. So what you'll see a lot of people do, like Sheiks, if they're not, because it is very hard. Like reacting to tech in place in this game is a very tight window. It is
forced, right?
It's, well, so the tech stand animation is, I actually don't know the numbers on it because it's weird to factor in human reaction time when a human is looking for several options. Does that make sense? Like
everybody has a different tech speed, right?
Tech speed should be the same. Things like get up attacks are different. I think tech speed itself, you know what it is? Tech speed is the same, but there are 2 characters that are weird in that Pikachu and Pichu, they have a smaller window of how long they're vulnerable during their stand animation, but it lasts as long. So if you're reacting, it actually, TLDR is if you're reacting, it's actually the same for every character. It's actually the same for every character.
Okay.
But it is tight. It is very tight, and going for this, like going for a punish on an actual tech, like that is a tight timing. this is a tight timing. So what you'll see a lot of people do is shit like this, right? And they'll just cover an option. And, you know, there's, like with covering rolls and ledge trapping and shit, people want to get to center stage, so they're usually kind of rewarded for teching into the stage. So you kind of often want to prevent that. And, you know, if someone has to tech by the ledge, a lot of the time you might just let them, because you're like, well, if they roll in, I'm going to hit them. If they don't, that's okay. I have stage, and they're kind of having to get up in the corner, which is kind of bad. But yeah, dude, pleasure to have you on, Justin.
Thanks so much for doing this. Let's link up again sometime.
Let's link up again, yeah. A couple weeks, 2-3 weeks from now, I'll check in, see how you're doing.
I'll hit you up, dude.
All right, peace out, bro.